Welcome everybody to Drew's Paranormal Vlog. Tonight we have the pleasure of talking to Natalie out of Ghost Ramblers.
Hello, everybody.
Yep, Natalie is actually, I've spoke to her before, but I didn't really have much time. I didn't really have a good headspace. I had a migraine, so I'm actually looking forward to chatting to Natalie tonight, seeing as I'm a lot better. So how have you been, Natalie? Have everything going good?
Yeah, really, really good. Now that COVID's lifted, now we're actually getting out and having, some good spooky fun. Really good times at the moment.
Good stuff, good stuff. I noticed on Facebook that you have been getting out a bit. We'll keep the questions, but we'll let everybody get in. But I just wanted to say that I have noticed that you've been getting out better. We have got our Dobie in. Dobie also knows Natalie, because a lot of you will know the story how me and Natalie know each other, which is through Haunted Finders, isn't it, Natalie? We had the privilege
It is indeed.
Yeah.
Definitely think it's our favourite, isn't it, really?
Oh, it's got to be. I think the Haunted Finders came out at a time when everybody was wanting to start ghost hunting, but didn't realise, watching ghost hunting on the telly, and didn't realise that you could actually do these things yourself. So the minute I seen Tom and everybody do it, that's when I got the bug, when I decided, oh well, if they can do it, I think I want to have a try. So Tom that's so good at it.
Definitely. I think I've been doing it a little while. Oh, hang on. My light keeps going off.
We'll say hello to everybody anyway. I do want to tell you all, guys, we are streaming on Parapost Network Central tonight, live on Facebook. I do want you all to please try and check out Parapost, as they do amazing things, especially the app. The app is for everybody that loves supernatural, paranormal, UFO, and it's a place where you can go where everybody loves the same thing. So you don't get any hate, you don't get anybody questioning your evidence or anything. So it's an amazing app to download, guys, and it's free. And it's a place where we can all just be relaxed, build our own communities, have the people in our communities that we click with. It's an amazing place to go and put your evidence out on. I'd advise you all to link up to it. So now that is over and done with, we will talk to Natalie. If we want to say hello to everybody in chat, Natalie, we've got a good wee crowd in here tonight.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're all well.
Hello, Suze. Hello, Dobie Socks. Hello, Lil Dave and Mom. What does she say? Oh, look, do you think the ghosts will be disturbed with all the Queen's Jubilee happenings going on? I watched today and it was beautiful and so many people have fun. Yeah. I think it's one of those things that's never going to happen again in our lifetime, really, is it? Natalie will be back, guys. She's obviously having a wee bit of technical trouble, but she'll be back. It's one of those, there she comes. One of those nights. That's okay. It's one of those things I was saying that only comes around. I don't think we'll ever see anything like it again, like the Golden Jubilee, you know. So it's one of those things that all British people is going to be aware of for the next couple of weeks at least, because it's everywhere, isn't it?
It is indeed, definitely.
Are you going to be celebrating on Saturday?
Not well. I've been invited to a few parties, but I'm not really a social creature, so I don't know. And my little boy's birthday's on Sunday, so we're kind of just getting hyped up on his birthday week at the moment.
Well, that's good. That's more important anyway, I would say. I'm hoping to get out on Saturday to the Wallace Monument in Stirling Castle, as you know, weather permitting as usual. So let's say that is what I'm doing for the Golden Jubilee. If not, I will do a live stream somewhere else that's maybe local.
I'm feeling those vibes. Definitely ghosty vibes for the Jubilee.
Oh, it's not that, though. I just think the weather right now, if it stays good, why not take advantage of it? Why sit there and watch the Queen be whatever's happening? I don't even know what's all happening. I would rather be out there and talking to the spirits, or try to talk to the spirits at least. Welcome, Mystical Love and Light. Mystical Love and Light is also another witch's sister. And guys, she's got an amazing channel. Please check her out. She is one of these witches that shows you actual spell work. She actually shows you how it's done and does demonstrations. It's an amazing channel to learn from. If you want to learn how to do spell work, Mystical Love and Light is your channel, honestly. And I think you can share your link now. I did actually make you a mod, I think. I think we've got enough people in here now, Natalie, to start the interview. That's us got up to 11. I'm hoping to, I'll wait till we see what Dobie says first. I'm hoping to do some research an hour away with BBR. Brilliant, Dobie. That's what it's all about. Getting out there and getting your evidence and proving it, and that's, each of us is never going to get the same evidence anyway. So I don't know why everybody has to be so much rivalry, because nobody's going to get the same evidence twice. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, definitely agree with that one.
Yep. So let's start the interview, Natalie, because I do know you and a couple of my people in chat do know your history. But for the ones that don't, I'm sorry to make you repeat it. Can you tell us how you got into this crazy place of we call ghost hunting?
Well, I've
always know you.
Yeah, I've always been into the paranormal anyway. It's kind of witchy family ties that go back generations. So I've always been into that sort of stuff. I used to do it with my cousin at first, and then it's just kind of gone on from there really. And I just love the spooky life. I'm not going to lie. I just love all things creepy. I love bats, witches, darkness, Halloween.
Nice. That's quite rare for people who like bats. Usually they always say skulls or something, but I like that you like the bats.
Yeah, I do like the bats.
So for me, I think it was it started off with the paranormal shows, and that kind of taught me that ghosts do kind of exist, if you like. That's where it piqued my curiosity. Did it do the same for you, watching all these ghost adventures and things?
Yeah, definitely. I had my own experiences in life with places I lived as well, so I was already into it. But yeah, definitely Ghost Adventures and Most Haunted. I used to watch that when I was a kid, so that really got you the bug, didn't it? And then I think Ghost Adventures was definitely one.
We were always told growing up, ghosts are not real, don't be silly, you didn't see this. I always remember me and my cousin walked down this trail, and we got halfway down, there was a man standing just staring at us under the light. And the two of us, normally we would just probably walk by him, but for some reason the two of us paused and ran back up to her house. And now later on in life, thinking back to it, I'm thinking, why didn't we pass him? As kids, we must have got a vibe from him that he was maybe a spirit.
Yeah, definitely. I think so, because I think you're more in tune with your senses when you're a child, because you're a child, your brain's more open, isn't it? So you do pick up on things. Definitely.
I just don't know why we didn't pass him, because looking back on it, we weren't the type of kids that was scared for strangers or anything. Plus, we walked up and down that bit of road about 30 times a day. So why did we pause at that moment in time? I've always wanted to go back and ask my cousin if she, thinking back on it, if that is what she maybe thinks now. But we just thought it was a man at the time that was going to do us harm or something, and we ran back up the road. But looking back on it, I think it was a spirit.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you look back on in life and think, wait a wee minute, that was a spooky experience?
Yeah, we did used to live in a house which was my grandmother's house, and it was actually built on top of an old monks cemetery. It had a lot of history to the land. The house was really creepy, had some really weird experiences in there, and I mean very, very, very weird that you just couldn't explain in a scientific way or in any other way. So that kind of really kind of clicked, this one experience that I had, because there was just no way it couldn't have been anything but a spirit or some sort of supernatural happening. There's just no way it was anything else but that. And that really gave me, that was my one-time boom when I was like, wow, something, it really is real, it does exist.
Do you think it's all these little things growing up or coming through or growing up and thriving in life, if you like, just getting on with normal life? Do you think it's all these little things that happen to us that we look back on and realise it was paranormal or supernatural or something, do you think that it's these wee things that is put in place by our guides to make us slowly handle what is coming, such as me being a witch, such as me being a paranormal investigator? Because if somebody told me way back in 1990 I was going to be a witch and a paranormal investigator in the year 2020, I would have told them they were tripping.
Well, yeah, for me with the witch thing, it's always been part of me anyway. I've always been like that. We're
Right.
all family members. All the women in my family have gifts. We all do through dreaming or whatever. Some don't choose to follow it. Some of us do choose to follow it.
Oh, that's
So,
interesting. You want to tell us a wee bit more about that? So, do you think, have you ever traced your bloodline then, to see if
well,
you
my
maybe are
mother,
related to any of the
yeah, my
witches?
mother is 60% from Norway, which means her
Oh,
descendants are from Vikings. So she's 60% from the Viking descendancy, and then I think the other 40 is like northern, and then I
right.
think the rest of the percentage is actually Spanish.
Oh,
So yeah,
wow.
there's a big chunk of basically Viking history, which is pagan,
Yeah,
which
the
is
Nordic. Uh-huh.
what I'm
That's
into as well.
interesting. That's interesting then, because I mean, I've never, as far as I know, I've no bloodline of witches or anything in my family.
Mm,
My family were Christians. I feel as if I more landed into witchcraft because I was seeking the paranormal. I feel as if I brought it on into my life. It wasn't ever really in my life except for my tarot reading.
mhm.
I feel as if I invited the witchcraft in, even though I did do tarot readings. But that's interesting to know that you've always had it there then. So do you actually use your witchcraft in your paranormal investigations?
Yeah, we do. We always do circles before we start, because obviously a couple of other people in the group are obviously witches as well.
Yeah.
So we do our own little, protection spells. There've been a couple of circumstances where we've been, where a spirit's been a bit too much, so we've been able
Right.
to sort of use our gifts then to protect ourselves or get ourselves out of a situation we don't particularly want to be in.
Yes. Very
Also, when I
handy.
went to the ancient ramen a few weeks ago, and
Oh,
I had some crazy dreams before I went. They were amazing. And I connected with the woman that was there who was a witch. They said she was, but she wasn't. And
right.
she told me to take some protection. So I made my protection spell in my jar and everything. And I took it with me. And it was a big jar because I knew I needed it.
Yeah.
Um, so it was a really good night, but I ended up getting scratched that night on my
Right.
face.
Right.
Um, we were doing an investigation. I got really hot and my face was scratched. And also the same on my back as well. It just went bright red.
So is
So yeah,
that where you're at? I was watching your Facebook. Just watching it on and off all day, and I've noticed it looked as if you were in somewhere like a theatre or something because of the chairs. But is that where you were then? Was the ancient
that
Ram in? Right.
no, that's the Savoy in Monmouth. That is.
All right, we'll
Um,
talk about that in a minute, then go back to the ancient Ram in. So when did you go there? Did you go yourself or with another team?
I went with my other team member Carla, and we had a couple of other girls with us. We all sort of do it together.
Good.
I think it was
I
about
was
3 or 4
wondering if
weeks
you were
ago.
still doing it solo or not, your investigation. So you have got new team members then.
Yes,
Good.
we went together. So it was a good night. It was a very interesting place.
Good.
I'm glad I took my protection with me because I still got the scratch anyway, which I was fine with. But yeah, that was I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't mind doing lone investigations and stuff because I'm that kind of a person. But
Yeah.
I don't.
You feel
Yeah, we always
confident
go
enough to do
in a
them.
group together.
So how do you feel about the ancient ramen? Do you feel it is one of those places where there's spirits and things there all the time, or do you feel it's more like portals? Because I've got a funny feeling that it's more like a place. Maybe it was haunted from top to bottom at one point in time, but I feel as if more now we're watching the different people do it, that it's as if there's a lot of portals in the place. Do you feel that? I mean, you've been there. That's amazing. What do
Yeah,
you
I
think?
mean, I picked up on John anyway, he was always going to be there because he absolutely adored the place. There's just no
Yeah.
way he's ever going to be there. But yeah, there was a spirit or something there that kept bib bobbing out, as I would call it. I couldn't quite connect with it. It kept
Right.
sort of bobbing in and out, and it did seem to be very darty. So I would go, yeah, maybe because it's on ley lines as well. So maybe
Right.
something is forming there which allows something, because I just couldn't
Yeah.
pinpoint the spirit down
They
into one
probably
place.
didn't want you to pinpoint it. I mean,
No, I don't
there's
think it
probably
did at
that
all. Not at
many.
all.
There's probably that many spirits in that place, really. I mean, I've got a
Definitely.
funny feeling there's a lot of people go there, and the spirits that they carry along with them end
Yeah.
up staying, you know? Or
I think
there's
as well because
something,
it's such an old place and it's all in the land as well, isn't it?
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
it's
I
really
think there's
is.
just a lot going on in that place.
Thank you, Irene. So, is there anywhere else that you feel that you've been to that's given you that different edge of spirit? We all go to. I know that we go to these investigations, like, and they're all just like you talk to the spirits and you kind of float through it, like talking to the spirits, just feeling their energy and just saying hello, basically. But is there anywhere else that you've been that's got that more intense, more special vibe that you never expected it to have?
Yeah, Woodchester Mansion.
Right.
I went there in January. We're actually due to go back there again soon. Um, but I had such a good positive energy when I went there because I really wanted to go and see it. And yeah, I just connected with a woman there, and she was so happy that I was there. It was a really happy, and the communication and that investigation was just immense. It was constant all the times. And the one time that nobody was filming, when we were all stood in the attic, sorry, my light keeps dying on me.
It's okay.
um, we were all stood in the attic, like a load of team members on one side and then some on the other, and a woman's voice, um, it went through all of us, and it was just the stereotypical ghost of
Oh,
"Ooh."
wow.
Nobody was recording, but we all
Oh,
heard it, and
no.
we were all just dumbstruck by the fact we'd actually just experienced this. It was an amazing place. Absolutely love it. It was just such a strong connection there
I
with
can't wait to get down to England and try and investigate, getting into some of these places that yous all get to go.
yeah.
So, have you? I know that are you actually based in Wales, or are you just outside Wales? Because I was
No, I
wondering if
didn't.
you'd been to the castle yet.
Yeah, I've been. I live in Chepstow, which is just outside. Obviously, my family and all live up in Tredegar, which is
Right.
up the
Okay.
mountains of Wales, proper up the mountains, up the valleys up there. Um, I've been to Chepstow Castle. Yeah, I do want to go in there. Sometimes it's quite hard with castles because it's such an ancient ground.
Right.
It can be quite hard to get anything from it sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, but
Portals
yeah,
and things.
definitely a good place. Chepstow Castle is allegedly, apparently, there's still meant to be buried treasure in it. So probably
Oh.
worth going down to see if I get the spirits to tell me where it is.
Yeah,
And
maybe
then
that's a good thing you could do. Yeah, build up a rapport with the spirits, and then they'll
yeah,
trust you. They'll start telling you all their secrets. So, where's your
where's
favourite
the
place that
treasure?
you've been to so far, Natalie?
Um, I really well, I've got so many favourites. I find it hard to choose, but I would say at the moment the Savoy and Woodchester has been two of my most favourite places.
Right.
Definitely.
And what about this haunted doll? I noticed today I
Oh,
didn't get to finish watching it either, and I'm quite angry. What about the haunted doll? You want to
this
tell the
is
guys about it?
this is Brenda. This is Brenda. She is the haunted doll that we take with us.
Yeah.
Um, she was gifted to me, and her name wasn't actually Brenda on her tag, but that's the name she told me she was. Before anybody worries, there's nothing evil attached to the doll.
No,
She's very
no, she's
happy.
very cute.
She loves to come out on investigations. We actually, when we just got her, we went to do an investigation at St Mary's Church, which is a derelict church in Tinton. And we asked the spirits, was there anybody that they want, anything that they wanted us to bring with us on our next investigation? And it actually said Brenda, which
Oh,
we were blown
wow.
away because we'd only just got Brenda, and then obviously it said bring Brenda, so she comes on every investigation with us.
No, you
Some
see, I
people don't
relate
like
to
her.
that. Because I've got a wee girl spirit that follows me around. I've been told I'm not psychic, but I've been told she does follow me around, and her name's Maggie. And when I was watching your video and you were talking about the haunted doll and things, and I thought, that's just like wee Maggie. I just need to find her a wee doll that she would be happy
Mm.
in or something. Then again, she's maybe just happy being a spirit. But I thought that was amazing, the fact that you take her everywhere with you. It's good
We
stuff.
do. I did actually have two, but the other one I just didn't have a connection with.
Right.
So I'm going to be vamping her up a bit with a new dress that I'm going to make.
Yeah.
Halloween bitchy vibes, obviously, and then probably put a few devices on her as well, like motion sensors.
That'll be good.
Vamp her up a bit.
That'd
Yeah.
be good if you could do that, yeah. So what's your favourite piece of equipment so far, Natalie, that you've managed to use? There's that many coming out, isn't there, devices?
Yeah, I mean, between us, we've got so much kit. Um, so we're quite sport, and I think once you've got the basic kits, there's
Yeah,
not that much further more you can get really. So, um, I do enjoy my EVPs because yeah, I do enjoy them.
yeah.
Spirit box as well because we've got
And they're hard to
ESP7.
catch. I don't think people realise just how hard it is to capture a good EVP on recording.
Yeah,
Do you know,
definitely. No, it is hard.
I've had my recorder 5 years and I've tried 2 or 3 different ones. I even bought one off of Haunted Finders and I still can't catch a EVP on my recorder.
Mm,
I think they just prefer, it must be the spirits around me or where I go, are either just not strong enough to be heard on
yeah.
recorder, or I've got it on the wrong setting or something, or they just prefer the other ways of communicating. I want to try dowsing rods. Have you ever tried them?
Yeah, Carla actually has dowsing rods, so she uses them as well.
Right,
Um, and to be fair, yeah, I think when we've used them, they've been pretty bang on.
right. Because I've got a theory that, see, the older spirits, I've watched a lot of people in me, and especially when we interviewing a lot of people, that I've noticed with watching their videos that a lot of the older places and a lot of the more places that's got a lot of history, they prefer like the old way investigating, like your dowsing rods and things. So I've
Yeah,
got a funny feeling that they don't trust the things that light up, maybe the things that make a noise and things, because if you think about it, in their day, they didn't
well, they
have
didn't.
things
Yeah,
like that.
exactly.
Yeah. So I'm
They didn't have
interested.
any of that, did they? So they don't know what a
Yeah.
device is. I actually had recordings at an old mansion, and it was amazing because on the video footage, I said, "Can you speak into the device for me?" Which was the spirit box, and on my video footage, you can hear a voice that actually says, "What is it? What is a device?" Clear as
Right.
day with asking what is a device. So yeah, I do think you're right that they obviously
Yeah.
they
Because I
don't
mean,
know
the
because
lights must
they
be
don't come from there.
scary. To them, I mean, think about the way they must feel. Ancient spirits, to make fire alone for them away back in the day was hard. So for them to see us all turn up on their land with these things that make hundreds of noises and light up and things, and some of them are pretty intense, like the alerts they make, it must scare them. So maybe that, I've got a theory that that's maybe why a lot of them end up not so friendly, because they're
I'm just
scared
going to
of
turn my light on a minute.
that's okay. I know you're still there. So that's why I was interested to hear about the dowsing rods, because I've got a funny feeling the dowsing rods are preferred by the older spirits. So I'm going to
Yeah,
definitely get up here and see if we can prove that.
yeah, I think that
So
would be good actually to actually get put that to the test. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It would definitely, I mean, because a lot of these places you go, especially the older castles and things, it takes a lot of going back to actually get the spirits to talk to you. So that's probably why. It's probably the equipment that they're scared of. So that's something
Hmm.
I'm interested in. So what type of location do you like, Natalie? I like my castles and my cemeteries. What about you?
Oh, I love castles. I love cemeteries. I love them.
There's just
Which
a
I love.
different vibe.
I love the fact that I get to do the ghost hunt because we've been in the graveyard before on a Saturday night at like 7:30, and there's me and Carla in the graveyard, and she says most women want to go out for a night out and have a drink, and there's me and you in a graveyard, and I love the fact that I've got somebody on my level who's just
Oh,
like, yeah,
no. It's half the battle if you've got somebody that wants to be witchy with you and paranormal with you, isn't it, in your
Yeah.
local area? It's amazing. My friend Michelle, she's in chat. She likes to go out investigating with me, but she's an early bird. She likes her bed for 9 o'clock, so even that's hard to get her to get out with us.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely, I love investigating it. And this is the weather coming up for us all to get back
Yes.
out. So everybody's got to go subscribe and get Natalie up a little bit on YouTube. But if you
Yes,
do want
please.
to find her, guys, she's on Facebook. A lot of her investigations are on Facebook. And I will be leaving all the links in the description. So please go and check her out. We are actually going to watch it, if she doesn't mind, a little bit of her Facebook right now. I'll
Yep.
go find the video that I wanted to share with you. If I can find it again, I was watching it today. I just thought it was really interesting. Wait till we get it up, and it's. Wait a minute, I think it's this one, guys. I'll get it back to the beginning, and I'll come back and share the stream. There's also pictures I'm going to show you that Natalie does. She's an amazing photographer, guys. Wait till you see some of the pictures that Natalie has showed us.
Oh, thank you.
That are amazing. I'll show you this little clip though. This was where were you in this clip, Natalie? This is off your Facebook.
That's the Savoy, that is, yeah. We're actually looking at Brenda's face in this clip because I think that one of the people who took a picture and her face looked really weird.
Right.
Brenda, stop it.
See, yeah, this is what I found interesting, is what you were saying was happening to her.
Looks very sad as well. Sorry.
So were you getting the vibes off her that something was happening as well?
She does tend to do that sometimes, I think, if Brenda's connecting with a spirit or a spirit particularly likes her. A couple of times team members have said they've seen, like, I don't know, her face looks a bit different sometimes.
Yes.
Wait to let my son in 2 seconds. I didn't realise the door was open. Wait,
That's what it says on here.
Hey, on the bed, sorry. Sorry, that was my son just coming in. Yeah, but there was another one as well. Wait and we'll find it, guys. Cancel that. There's one further down as well. I don't know if I can do it that way. I'll probably need to come back to this first. Oh, sorry about my dog barking, guys. She's terrible, honestly. I'll go find the other one as well. In fact, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually find your pictures, because see some of the pictures that this girl has got. It's unbelievable. Natalie, you should really start entering some competitions.
Yeah, well, I really do want to enter the Chepstow Arts Festival next year. I didn't have the guts to do it this year, but I do want to push myself to do it next year, I think.
Right. Wait to be share your screen there. Right. We'll share Natalie's pictures, guys. And these aren't even the best ones, I can promise you that. I will share the best ones. I usually like to, when I see Natalie's pictures up on Facebook, I like to get them out, because somebody is definitely going to see her pictures someday and start recognising just how talented this girl is. I take it that's the ones from your investigation at the Ancient Ram Ring.
Yeah.
Ancient Ram, the last ones there. The dead cat. Where do we find that?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, the place looks as if it's falling apart. Do you not feel yourself sinking?
Yeah, it is a very old building, definitely. And the stairs inside it are so steep and it's quite hard to get up them, especially when you've got your kit with you as well.
Right. Because I get the impression that some of the floors are really spongy looking, as if you're going to go right through the floor in some of them.
Yeah, well, it is such an old building. It's literally you can see through the floor on some of them from the older wood flooring it's got.
Right. There's a Pacific photo that I want to show everybody that you did, and I just thought that it was perfect view. It just captured the moment. There's another one. I think that one's made up out of cartoon though. Wait till we find one of your real videos. It's the angles you've got. You've just got a knack for an angle. It's as if
yeah.
You see,
with Weekly Investigation, Carla will always say, I don't know how, because she said we're at the same place as she said, but you know, you're on the floor, and yeah, I've always loved photography. I think you can see, I can see something and think, wow, that will make a fantastic photo. And it's just the feeling in the photo. If you get the feeling in a photo, then you understand what I'm trying to project with my photography.
There it's there. See this photo, guys. See, when I first seen this on Facebook, I mean, this was a way back last year, at the end of last year, and I just thought it's one of those pictures that should be in a frame in everybody's living room. Do you remember? It's one of those pictures that, see, when you're sitting there and you're, come back to you, that when you're sitting there and you're feeling like you really need somewhere to go out of your mind space. I felt as if this picture in Natalie's is one of those pictures that, just because I think it's looking through the tree lines, it just as if it could really, really help you in your daily life, like manifest your dreams and things, because you can picture yourself in that woodland, just standing there and feeling your way through, even to a different, if you wanted to meditate and then put that image in your mind, it takes you to the place, and it would make it easier to take you to your happy place, you know. I just thought it's one of those pictures that should be in a frame.
Oh, thank you.
More, though. There's definitely more. There's ones where that you've looked at the moonlight and things, and the moonlight's been coming through the trees and things. There's loads, guys, honestly. That was one of the better ones that I loved. I'll try and find the one that I'm talking about, because I know it was a couple of years back, Natalie. I think it was roughly when I first got in contact with you. I remember seeing it.
So many photos.
Yeah, there's so many. But they're amazing, though. You've just got a knack for a photograph.
Thank you.
It's one of these ones that you've been outside, and the Halloween ones are the best.
Oh, yeah. I got to get the Halloween
one.
Oh, I do. Like, I will admit, I do have a very weird fascination with street lamps and lighting.
Do you think that's maybe because you've got a little bit of empath in you, and there's maybe a spirit in these places, and it's just your intuition clicking in? Like,
yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I do definitely have a very big. Yeah, I do. I do go in the photos in the nighttime, and I like to go in the daytime. But I do like to capture.
What little ghosty friend is there? If you know, have you still got him? Because I've not seen him.
I do. I do actually. He's here. Yeah. He's still here, but we got so much between us. We've got so much kit that you don't need to get everything out sometimes, because everybody's got a bit.
Pictures, guys, come on, look, that if they're just beautiful locations as well. I mean, yous are quite lucky as well where you stay, that yous have got all this beautiful land around you with castles and things.
Because I'm quite lucky, because I live in between Chepstow Castle, and then I've got Caldicott Castle as well down the road. Right. So, well, to be fair, there's a castle just everywhere.
What one's that? What castle's that one?
That's Caldicott Castle, that is.
So can you allowed still in there?
Yeah, you can go in there. You can go in. They've got an old bit of the castle, that bit there, which you can pay to go in that bit, because the family lived in there till like 1950s.
Right.
There were people still living in there. The other bits of the castle that you can go around as well. They got a dungeon and a few tower bits you can go in. You can go in the grounds, so it's a good place to go.
Honestly, it's an amazing place. I was looking through them all today, all your different pictures. Wait, I'll come back to you. And I just thought that the fact that you haven't been recognised more for some of your pictures is terrible. Honestly, I really just feel it's an injustice. I think I even said to you a couple of years back, you should open up a page and just dedicate them to your pictures.
Yeah,
really you've got a talent.
My dad has said to me, I've got my own little unique photography, and he did say to me, he said, you're a very goth photographer. And I thought, yeah, you've hit the nail on the head there a bit, Dad. I do feel like my photos can be a bit gothicy, and I'm quite happy with that. So I have had people say to me that I should do some wedding ones, but I'm quite a shyish person, so I like to.
And plus, that's not really, well, I suppose you could do that to bring in some money and things. But listen, because you have got a gothic eye, you could do weddings such as if I was to get married.
Yeah.
Because then you would know the creepy angles and things. Like,
Yeah.
instead of doing one in the local park with a white dress on, I would have a teal dress on with a black headdress or something, maybe in the moonlight or something. So you could make yourself like a photographer of special weddings, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I think I prefer that.
Yeah.
Because I think it brings a different uniqueness to yourself then. So there's not
Plus, I
so much.
wouldn't mind getting photographed in the cemetery or an old castle.
Yes. Oh wow. I love going and taking photographs of graveyards.
Yeah.
I don't tend to take photographs of newer graves out of respect
No,
for somebody obviously where I live or whatever. But yeah, I do absolutely adore going to graveyards and taking photographs of gravestones and whatever I see in there that I think, yeah, that'll look good.
Yeah. So, what's your creepiest experience, Natalie? Is there anything that has really creeped you out that you've been to an investigation or in your normal life that's just really has creeped you out, made you scared?
Um, yeah, there's been quite a couple of things that have happened. Obviously, with the personal stuff, um, with everything that I do anyway, I've kind of got used to that. And so that's been able to be controlled and developed. And I understand that. I've been in situations where I've been, I used to read my little boy this book. It was the same book every night. I never actually used to read the book in the words in it, but I used to make up stories. Well, this book flew off the shelf and landed on my feet. Now, there's just no way that book could have flown off the shelf. But to other people, they would have been freaked out. But to me, I just thought, well, they have gave me the book that I always get for my little boy. So I've never been freaked out with spirits at home and stuff like that because I know how to do protection. I know how to give myself the space so that they don't interfere with my home life. But on investigations, there have been a couple of times where I've been, wow, that's intense. The Savoy is one of the ones where we had I had a really intense situation, and then another team member did as well.
Would you like to tell us about it, or just? Guys are going to go watch the videos anyway. I can assure you, because they're amazing.
They are interesting.
Yeah,
I think the first one because I think there's two up with the Savoy. So the first time we went, we were sat in the room, which is the one where all the activity really gets intense, and we all sat in there, and there was just in my mind's eye two women that were identical that came up the hallway in synchrony with each other. They looked exactly the same, had the same face, had the same expression, and they came right up to me and they completely engulfed me. I kind of they were asking me if I was all right, and I wasn't crying, but there was tears there because it was just too much. I think they appeared two. I don't think it was two women. I think it was one spirit, but it presented itself as two to be intimidating. And that really did, because after that we left that area, and then our friend, who's a very skilled witch, she was trying to do some purple lighting. We all heard the hiss. There was a hiss. She screamed, and she said, "No, we need to get our shit and go." So we literally packed up our stuff and went, because we all heard the hiss as well, and it just kind of got really, really intense very fast.
Probably didn't like the fact that they knew that you were witches and things, and that you couldn't get rid of them if you wanted to. That would be scary.
Yeah, I think that's how I felt.
I think that's what the spirits are scared of the most, is the fact that you're there to maybe move them on or throw them out of that location. That's why whenever I go in anywhere, I just always tell them straight away, I'm not here to harm you, I'm just here to find out your story. Because a lot of the equipment could be quite intimidating to some of the spirits, and maybe that is what they think. Or it's darker entities. Have you ever been anywhere where you feel there's been a darker entity there?
Yeah, well, at the Savoy, there's a darker entity for sure. It's a male, because I can pick up on the fact that it's a male. But I think you have to build a rapport with spirits as well, don't you, when you go to see them and stuff? Yeah. So definitely. The last time we went there was phenomenal. I've put up a video a couple of weeks ago of the Savoy, and we had doors opening, we had lights, everything was going on. We had a whistle, which me and my Faith thought that it was another teammate. We just thought it was. When we played it back to them, they were like, "Who's the whistling?" And I said, "Well, it was you." And he went, "No, I wasn't whistling." And the other teammate was like, "No, nobody was whistling." And me and Faith were just like, "Well, we heard it. We thought it was him that was whistling, but it was actually in the room with us." So yeah, it was pretty intense last time, but very good.
Yeah,
but I think
it's
like
all these little things that you can't dispute, though, isn't it? That is why it annoys me that some people dispute paranormal, because if you've got the spirit box saying your name, for example, and you're sitting in a room where you've never been before, such like if I brought you up here and you went to Birkwood with me or something, and then all of a sudden the spirit box and things start saying your name, and I know that these spirits in Birkwood is saying your name, that how can you dispute that? It's like as if I took you somewhere that I've like your family's home or something, and they make you welcome. How can you dispute it?
Yeah, I just think I think humans can be nasty anyway, and I think just people are generally just not nice, and they just want to pick at somebody when they're having fun doing what they want to do, or they're just not nice people sometimes, humans. And I just think it's all about bringing people down, and just, you haven't got any right to say whether something is fake or not. Sometimes I see things and people really believe it's something, but as paranormal investigators, you think, well, no, it's not. But I would never say that to them, because I don't have a right to tell them what they're seeing or what they believe is rubbish, you know.
Thank you, Brian. I'm happy to be at Parapost. Blessings. Yeah. So what have you got planned in the future, Natalie? Where is your favourite location you're looking forward to going to in the future?
Well, there's so many. We're going up to, there's a couple we're doing soon, but we're going back to Woodchester in a couple of weeks, which I am looking forward to, definitely.
Good.
We've got this, so I'm not sure where we're going for Halloween, but I think we are booking one for Halloween, a castle, I believe.
Oh, lovely.
Up in Wales somewhere, which I'm buzzing about that, because you got to go to a castle on Halloween, and you just got to be done.
Or a cemetery or something. I've been unfortunate the last few Halloweens that I've had I can't say unfortunate because I've had my grandson, but unfortunately I've not been able to get out because I've been babysitting. So I'll say it that way, it doesn't sound so bad. So I've been always take the kids out, you know, so when I come back I'm just tired or whatever. But this year I'm going to make an effort. I'm actually hoping to be in Nottingham for Halloween, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm hoping to be in Nottingham by Halloween. So what else can we ask you, Natalie? So out of all the people in the universe, who would you like to investigate with?
Obviously I'd like to do with Haunted Finders again. And yourself, because, you know, it's just got to happen.
Sure. Well, that will happen. That will happen for sure.
I don't know, really. I think because I've been doing it myself as well, I don't really tend to watch, like the Ouija Brothers. I wouldn't mind doing something with them as well. I think they're pretty good. Yeah, there's quite a few little teams around.
I think a lot of people get scared today, collaborations with other groups, because of all the different stigmas that a lot of groups have brought to the paranormal field. But I feel us that has got such positivity in the paranormal, such as me, Haunted Finders, Shadow Hunters UK, yourself, Ghost Ramblers, Moxley's Paranormal, Ghosts of Trent, the list goes on and on and on. These ghost hunters are so positive, they're so real. Everything they do is serious but fun at the same time. And their evidence they get is undisputable. And the reason they get good evidence is because they've got such a good personal vibe about them. They're good people, they're honest people, they've got great personalities, they've got great family lives, and the spirits pick up on that. The spirits know before we know that we are going to these locations, and they know how good a person you are. So I'm looking forward to actually coming down to Nottingham and meeting all the guys, and I'm hope that I can eventually come across your way as well, Natalie, and meet you.
Definitely.
I've got Ireland as well, so definitely if you ever wanted to go to Ireland, we could maybe do that together. You know?
Oh yeah, I could definitely be up for that. Definitely.
Yeah. Have you ever been to what do you call the witchy place again?
Glastonbury.
It's been totally out of my brain. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot about it. Dobby, where are we going? What's the witchy place called again? Down in England. I can't believe I forgot the name of it. I'm going to kick myself when Pendle Hill. Have you ever been to Pendle Hill?
Oh no, I haven't been to Pendle Hill.
You've not?
I would like to go, because obviously being witches ourselves, I think it brings a different vibe to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
People think witches are evil, and but I think if you're from that land of the witch, we understand healers, we understand the medicine, the practices, what they were doing.
Most of them weren't even witches. That's what gets me about the witch trials, is most of these people weren't even witches. They were just people that helped out. Either they were helped out in the local community and people took a dislike to them. I'm talking more about the Scottish witch trials, and people took a dislike to them. Or it was just the fact that these people high in society didn't want these people around the town. I mean, most of them helped them give birth to their kids, helped them heal different things, and it's just a travesty. Yeah, Pendle Hill. So that's why I was going to ask about Pendle Hill, because if you've not been, and when I do come down, Dobby and I are going to go to Pendle Hill. Would you like to meet us there if it's convenient for you? I'll let you know when we're going.
Yeah, definitely. I think that would be good. Definitely.
Together. We are 3 haunted finders witches, so we might as well do it together, me, you, and Dobby.
Definitely.
It's a place that I think everybody that has got like the little witchcraft piece in their heart has to visit, even just to pay homage to these girls that died, forever.
Definitely, yeah.
So what have you got all coming up, Natalie, that we can look forward to?
So I've got a few videos going up on YouTube soon of the nunnery and the James Jarvis School.
Good.
We've got Woodchester coming up. We've also got a bathhouse up in Birmingham.
Oh wow!
We've got coming up. We've got some forest investigations coming up as well, because you've got to have a forest investigation this time of year. Like you said, get out and about in the
definitely.
And we'll definitely be hitting some graveyards, because where I live there are many
churches. A pleasure to meet you in person, Natalie. Yeah, for sure. It's a plan. Definitely.
Yeah,
Look,
definitely.
I can take you all, guys, as please check out Natalie's channel. She's not got a lot on YouTube because I think you've never really paid YouTube much mind to her, but now, because it was always Facebook I watched you. So
yeah, definitely. I am trying to get more out on YouTube, so there's quite a few videos on there. There's some ghost stuff, some photography. There's also some urban exploring, because I do like to have an adventure, which obviously.
And I'm hoping, Natalie, that you will actually maybe come up on screen with me more often, because I was actually going to invite you if you wanted to do a paranormal program with me, like a special, maybe if you're a busy person once a month. If you're not so busy,
definitely.
Fortnight, we could pick a subject together and talk about it if you like.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. I am 100% up for that, definitely.
Brilliant, good stuff. That's something, because Dobby and I is going to be also working on a project together, and I thought, why not make it that the 3 of us, because I'm Scottish, but I'm coming down, so why not make it that we work on a project where the 3 of us can do the research, figure it out, and then finally meet and investigate the place that we decide to
definitely
do research and things on. Because you've got an amazing place down there. I mean, I know Scotland's beautiful for the castles and the cemeteries and things, but I want to go further afield, like Wales and things, and Ireland and down to England and that. So that's why I'm learning to drive, to come and see you all, guys.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, we are quite lucky here. It's very pretty.
That's what I was going to say to you. So in your local area, what have you all got around you? Is the castle right close to you?
We've got everything. I mean, you've got the Brecon Beacons, you've got the Monmouthshire Rolls, you've got the Forest of Dean. It's because of where we are as well. By the big massive estuary, there's so much history going on. You've got the Romans invasions, the Celtic roots of the different Welsh tribes that were about at the time. It's just enriched. You've obviously got the castle that was built by William the Conqueror. So it's a very draped in history, rich place. And you got the Forest of Dean as well, which has got absolutely loads
that
of...
forest is meant to have fairies and everything in it, isn't it? There's loads. These are actually quite lucky around down that area. I mean, England especially has got the most haunted forests and the most ancient forests, I believe. Sherwood Forest amazes me. It really does. I can't wait to go there. Have you been to Sherwood?
I haven't been to Sherwood. That's why I've said to Tom, I would go up there just to do Sherwood Forest or any forest really, because I do like forest. I do like investigations on the land because everything is in the land. So therefore spirits and whatever could be in the land as well. So you don't necessarily have to go to a building.
See, that's what makes me so intrigued about the forest, because any forests or woodland I've ever been in, I've only ever felt peace. So when I see haunted finders and things do, like the Witches' Woods and Sherwood, it really intrigues me because I've never ever felt anything negative in any of the woodlands I've ever been in. So that's why I'm so willing to go, if you like, to feel that different.
Yeah. I do. I have a wood that's not far from me and I was drawn to it. And there's certain parts I can go in because I'm an earth spirit anyway. I'm a Capricorn. I'm very, very in tune with Mother Nature and all of that. And there's certain parts, but I'm also with my spiritual stuff, I have to balance stuff. And I see spirits communicate me through showing me what they've gone through. So my friend says it's very dark, but obviously, so if there's certain parts I go to the forest where I will get an influx of whatever's happened at that time. So although it's a very beautiful place, in certain parts of that forest, there's a lot of screaming and shouting, a lot of blood, a lot of sort of turmoil in it. And it's only in 2 specific places in this forest. It won't be in any other place. If I walk round away from it, the feelings will go and the sight will go. But if it's always in. And I took my partner, we went for a walk, and he doesn't come investigating with me. He doesn't, he's not into it. And I've never said where I do my investigation. And there's one specific point which is quite spooky, and I've had some of the most amazing EVPs there. And he just happened to be walking past it, and he just shivered, and I went, "What's wrong?" And he said, "I just got a weirdest feeling that somebody is staring at me." And it was right at the Pacific spot where I got this EVP and where we've had a lot of stuff happen that he said it. And so that was another clarification for me that what I'm picking up on is definitely happening, because he had said at that time, well, I feel like someone's staring at me. So
what's the history of that woods then? What's the history in there?
Well, for me personally, being from what I'm seeing from the spirit form, that it was from the tribes that lived here when the Romans invaded. Because I'm seeing a lot of people running and being cut down, and I feel that it's from before. It's from an old time. There was a lot of trees around then, and it was, and I'm very feeling like it was their little groups, and the group that was around here was the Samayans, and so I think that's what happened there. It's a very strange wood because a lot of animals have been found in it with their heads cut off. Deer, foxes, dogs, rabbits.
So just put it upstairs.
Some of them have their feet cut off. My daughters were actually going for a walk a few years ago and actually found 3 dead dogs in these woods as well. And it's always in these woods that they're found. It's never. It's just been in these particular woods that they've been found. So there was a prisoner of war camp around there as well, obviously during the war. So it's got a lot of history in it. But what I'm feeling, what I'm connecting with, is definitely, I believe, from where the Romans invaded.
Wow. I remember that Tom actually, hadn't he been further afield in Sherwood Forest? In one of his last videos that he did, I can't remember if it was actually Sherwood or the Witches' Wood, to be honest, but he walked up round further afield from where he usually goes, and he found that there was an old fort there or something, and excuse me, he found that there was like vibes and things coming out of the land. So that could be another reason. It could have been something that was there in the past where they all got massacred or something, and that's
I do think that. I think if there's a trauma that happens from years ago, it can be stuck in wherever it happened. You know, we are all energy. Scientifically, it's interesting. Even on that level.
I
So
think as well, see the minute there's a lot of blood spilt somewhere, I think that really, really does steep into the land and makes some sort of
definitely,
impact. Yeah, it's as if the land that all gets soaked with blood, especially through battle, seems to form its own energy or form its own energy pockets, if you like. You know,
well, it's a lot of when you think about it, because there's a place in not too far from where we live that I'm going to soon, where there was a battle in the 16th century, and a lot of things have been said that they've seen. But if you think in that scene, there would have been a lot of people dying, they would have been in pain, it would have been despair, they would have been scared. So that collective feeling is forever imprinted on that land then, isn't it? Because it was a trauma.
Yeah. And that's a lot. I think that is why a lot of the times the spirit box and things tells you to get out and leave and things. I feel as if that's our guides protecting us, knowing that where we're walking into isn't so friendly, that maybe there is an impact on the ground that's been there. Because when I walked up to Craignethan Castle, and it's a good job. I've told this story before, but it really was a good job that I was live, because it was so intense. I really was going to turn back. And the further I was walking up to Craignethan Castle, the more I was getting creeped out, the more I felt as if everybody was watching me, and I felt as if I was going to my doom. But then I thought about it. Why would I feel like that when it's somewhere that's never really had anything major happen? It's just a local castle. And then I thought, because remember way back in the day when it was only the castle where people kind of stayed around, then that part of that would have been where the people that were to be punished would have been walked up to be dealt with by the sheriff or whatever. And that is, I think, what I was picking up on, was that doom of the people who would have to walk up to the castle gates to be dealt with, if you like.
No, definitely. I think that's 100% what you probably picked up on.
Yeah, it's like all the crybaby bridges and things in America as well. I feel as if they probably all are haunted, but it's obviously the trauma of all these people that used to not have houses, that stayed in the local woods, that didn't have the money to bring up kids. And most of the time, if there was a kid that was born out of wedlock, or unfortunately they maybe didn't have enough money to feed another kid, a lot of these young girls did throw their babies away over bridges. I feel as if a lot of the time that is what it is. I mean, a lot of people think that the crybaby bridges are a myth and not real, but I feel as if there probably is more out there than we realise. And it's probably not just bridges, it's probably trees and everything, because all these people away back in society, when they couldn't afford food and medicines, did kill their kids because they thought, well, I don't want to see you suffer. And then a lot of them would kill themselves after it, not living with the guilt. So I do feel that a lot of these crybaby bridges are something that should be looked into a lot more in the research department, you know?
Yeah, definitely. 100%. Definitely. So it gets trapped there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's as if they get trapped in a place where the people like empathic, like myself and probably you are, Natalie, when we're walking up these places, we can feel it. Because I can't see spirits or anything, but I'm starting to feel the trauma of places, and maybe I'm getting to be more in touch with what is spirit, what isn't spirit, what is actually just like imprinted on the land.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I love investigating. It's the figuring out all the different emotions and telling yourself that it's not your emotion, it's the spirits.
Yeah.
Because I was going to run.
Yeah, definitely. Because people are like, yeah, whatever. But you're like, no, I know what I see. I know what I feel. When I went to the Savoy the first time, and we went up onto the balcony, and I connected with this woman, and I could actually feel my stomach turning as I fell over this balcony. She was showing me that all I kept feeling was this feeling of the feeling you would get if you were pushed forward off something.
Right.
And she was showing me she was from the 1920s. She had blonde hair. It was sort of up here, and then all of a sudden she was dead at the bottom, and her neck was snapped.
Wow.
And it was a really intense connection. So she was showing me, and then afterwards I found out that one of the other investigators actually said that a woman was pushed over the balcony in that time era because she got pregnant with somebody who was married, and he owned the building, and he pushed her over the top of it and killed her.
There you go. I know.
So yeah,
What are you going at? Sorry.
Sorry, I'm getting very angry with my light.
No, you're okay.
Yeah, you can definitely I think when you pick up on something so strongly and it really gets into your emotions, and she was inside me showing her. I think you can't really say to someone, oh, you're just imagining that, because it's like, no, I didn't. I know what I felt, I know what I saw in it, and it's very real.
Yeah, and I mean, why would you all of a sudden, if you weren't picking up in that spirit, why would you all of a sudden have that image in your head? Obviously, and then it's been confirmed that it did actually happen. So I don't understand how people can dispute things like that. It's just crazy to me. So is there anything else in the supernatural, paranormal world that you're into, like UFOs or anything? Have you ever seen anything strange in our skies?
Well, yeah, I used to live up the Forest of Dean, so obviously it's very dark up there and you can see a lot. So I used to see quite a lot up there, to be fair. You'd see lights in the sky. Sometimes you could see it was a satellite because you could tell by how slow they went. But, I did see a few weird things up there where I'm like, that's strange. Because obviously up the forest, they're very far away from each other, the towns are, and everybody's quite isolated in the little villages, so it is pitch black up there. So yeah, I've always been interested in it, because obviously I think it would be quite silly to think that there wouldn't be a possibility of other people living.
I used to think we're the only things in the universe, really, isn't it? Yeah, I just like to ask people that, because a lot of the time that I've been finding in the last year or two, we talking to people and researching and things, that the more that I'm talking to people and that get into the paranormal, that there's a lot of people have actually had UFO experiences as well. It's just that a lot of it's not spoke about together. Like the paranormal and the UFO usually gets kept apart, whereas a lot of the time
it's the same thing, isn't it? Really, at the end of the day, because it's Roman for meaning thing you can't explain. That's what paranormal means. So yeah, I think that would fall underneath so many different categories.
Yeah, I've seen a few things in the sky I've thought strange, but it comes to the stage where I'm the type of person that always think, well, if it's strange. I didn't used to think I used to think paranormal was strange. Now that I'm starting to pay a little bit more attention to the skies, I'm starting to not think so much is strange, because some of the lights in the skies are there one minute, then they disappear the next. And it's amazing just opening your mind even to the possibility is really, really good to me. I think it's amazing that these days people are free to talk about what they like.
Yeah, definitely. It's the only thing we got left now to like.
That's it. I mean, people have got to be more open and start taking life by, I don't want to swear, but taking life by the scruff of the neck, if you like, and start living, because life's too short.
Well, you should do, and you should always follow your dreams and just have fun, and enjoy yourself. And if you want to do, I've really struggled with putting myself in front of the camera. I've been doing this for about 4 or 5 years now, but it's only this year that I've started sort of being in the camera a bit more, because I have a friend who does it, and he was like, you just need to do it, just stop being scared, just get out on the camera. Once you've done it once, you'll get used to it, you'll do it again, and it'll get easier the more time you do it. Get out there and live your best life, because you're not going to get another one afterwards.
And guys, you will be seeing more of Natalie, because she has agreed to come up more often, and we'll start talking about really creepy paranormal places, and we'll start maybe showing you a couple of creepy things that we find and things. So I hope you have enjoyed Natalie's interview. I'm sorry I can't do any more than the hour tonight, because I have been really, really tired and I've been really knackered. So I'm really just keeping my interviews to an hour, guys, okay? But it's been great talking to you, Natalie. And
you too. I really enjoyed it.
it's brilliant to actually speak to another witch that makes the paranormal and the witchcraft together, because not a lot of people do actually mix the two, and it's good to see it. It's
Gotta
good
be
to see
done.
it. Yeah. I would love to go to a location where we witches and just see how much potential we could get out of a location.
It's
with
definitely
those
worth it,
potions
because
and things.
everybody in the group that we go with has either an ability or is a witch, and it
Right.
just brings a really good dynamic to the group on a spiritual level and connecting.
Yep. I mean, I can mix a couple of herbs and things together and light them and things, and it changes the atmosphere in a minute. So imagine if you did some of these things in these haunted locations.
Hmm.
It just makes me start thinking, ooh, what could I do?
What can we get up to? Let's
My
get
witchy fingers. It's been great talking to you, Natalie.
and
Honestly,
thank you very much.
I'm actually over the moon that you're coming on board with me and doing a couple of more lives, because I love when I meet somebody that I just click with, and I feel as if we clicked years ago, but we just
Yeah,
never really
definitely.
managed to chat, Yeah.
Definitely. 100%. I'm here. Definitely.
Good stuff. Good. And guys, she's not gone anywhere. She's only just starting to thrive. So please go over there and hit the bells, subscribe, hit her bell, and put the reminders on in her locations, and go through her Facebook and her YouTube channel, and you'll see she's amazing, honestly.
Thank
I just
you.
don't understand why you're not get more subs and things than you've got. So
I don't know. I've had like 48 for the last probably like
terrible.
4 or 5
Guys,
years.
I will put the link up right now, guys. If you just give me a minute, I will go grab our link, and we will get Natalie's YouTube channel shared out. So we'll get you out there, Natalie. I think I actually already put it up in the, but we'll get it in this chat so everybody can go to subscribe right now. Let's get you link. Guys, I want you to go over, please, and hit the subscribe button on Natalie's channel, because she really needs to get more subscribers, guys. She's
I would
amazing.
appreciate it a lot.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Please go over and subscribe. She does do Facebook and things, but I feel as if she's got great potential in YouTube, honestly, because
Thank you.
the places that you're going is amazing, Natalie. And there's teams out there that is bigger than you go to these locations as well. And I just think you do as good as them, so why are you not getting?
Oh, thank you. No, that means a lot. Thank you.
No, honestly, I mean it from my heart. Honestly, I hate seeing great teams that isn't getting the views, because I think there is so many big teams out there that fake things, and it's not fair when there's little teams like you and I and others that really do good and want to connect to spirit, and we don't get a chance, and it's not fair.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm trying to build my own little community to support each other, let each other share each other's live streams, share each other's videos and things, and just stick together and get out there and be honest with each other and just keep thriving,
Yeah, have a good laugh and have some fun. That's what it's about.
Yep.
Definitely.
And talk to some spirits in the meantime. Now, what better than that?
Life is
well,
good.
everybody, thank you for coming to the live tonight. I do hope that you check out Parapost, guys. It's an
What happened?
I think Natalie's Wi-Fi is running, or it's mine's. You still there? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah. So go over and hit those bells, guys, please, and let's get this girl out there. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Hello, Marco. Hello, Dobell. Better say hello to chat, guys. I'm sorry, I didn't even realise there was as many yous in. I just get into a vibe when I'm interviewing, and I like to focus, and a lot of the time I ignore the chat, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that, guys. Welcome,
vibing.
Welcome, wee Scottish lass. You finally made a live, yeah. Welcome, everybody. I'm so sorry I kind of ignored you. I'm just that focused and talking to Natalie. I hope you have enjoyed it, though, and you will see Natalie more, as I said. So, Natalie, we will talk behind the scenes maybe tomorrow or something, and we'll figure something out, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, okay. Thank you for coming tonight. It's been a pleasure talking to you, honestly. And
I've enjoyed every minute.
Yeah, I enjoy speaking to you. I love speaking to you. It's another witch to vibe with, honestly. I love it.
Yeah. We need our witchy sisters.
Yeah, we're witchy sisters in Dobie as well. We will meet at Pendle Hill. I was going to forget it again. You can tell I'm tired, guys. Right, okay, thank you for coming, Natalie, and I will speak to you tomorrow and we will see what we can arrange.
All right, no problem. Good to see you, everybody.
Bye, everybody. I will catch you all in the next tune. Blessings and blessed be. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye. Bye, Natalie. Speak tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Speak to you
everybody.
tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.